as I look down the barrel of the camera, Tarpers, you have changed my life in ways that I cannot describe without crying because it's...
And hers, might I add?
The Toni and Ryan podcast community has been one of the best things that's ever happened to my life. But given the choice between you and Wings tonight... and you can do with that information what you will. Welcome to the Toni and Ryan podcast. My name is Ryan. This is Dr. Author Toni Lodge.
Hello.
And we are calling Jill, who may or may not be at a Phillies baseball game right now.
You don't mean Jilly's baseball game?
Yes, that is correct.
Jack and Jilly's. Philadelphia. Oh, Jilly cheesesteak. Oh, couldn't you just go a Philly cheesesteak at the moment?
Oh, wait. Name and time when you
Literally always. Yeah, true. What a stupid question from me.
Hello.
Jill! Toni and Ryan, how you doing?
Hi. I'm great. How are you guys?
I think that you were right, Ryan, that she's definitely at a sport game.
Are you at the baseball and do you approve this podcast?
I am at the baseball and I do approve this podcast.
Excellent.
We cannot hear you, so we hope that was a yes.
Hi, it's Jill from Philadelphia and I approve this podcast.
Welcome to this Mad Dog sporting podcast, fat men and mans.
T-Dog is my name for the day, obviously.
T-Dog and Donny.
Yeah, Donny and T-Dog.
Tonight, our Hawthorn Hawks are playing in the AFL Finals, Australian Football League.
Yeah, they fucking are.
Now, we aren't a spoiler, not actually a sports podcast.
We aren't a sports podcast.
Hawthorn, my team, was supposed to finish last. Hey, why don't you just fucking pump your brakes before you get on your high horse? Because when you hear it, you'll understand
well,
it.
all right.
My Hawks.
Sounds like Ryan's being stubborn.
Oh, if you didn't listen to yesterday's episode, you'll know that everything's fine and we're all on board with everything.
And it's been 24 hours and we're all good.
And we're doing it doesn't matter. All fine, apparently. Water on the bridge. Can't remember what was spoken about. My Hawthorn Hawks were supposed to finish on the bottom of the ladder. You know, it goes in ebbs and flows. It's not really our time.
Totally.
Then Toni Lodge comes on board as a supporter of the Hawks and out of fucking nowhere.
All of a sudden, like a bat out of hell.
Like a bat out of hell, suddenly we're in the finals. And I think myself and every other Hawthorn supporter should be thanking Toni Felicia Lodge.
I couldn't have fucking said it better myself, you know?
Yeah.
I reckon I single-handedly have lifted this club up.
Yeah.
The Hawks' nest is at the top of the tree now, thanks to me. And I've also dropped a lot of money on Hawks merch.
Oh, they're going to say like on gambling.
Oh, no.
And they better win tonight.
No, that's absolutely not my vibe.
I've actually dropped a lot of cash on them Hawks
Yeah,
tonight.
I actually put a lot of money down.
Yeah.
I owe a few people some cash.
Yeah.
Nah, I put a lot of money into their fucking merch fund though.
Yeah, same.
Which I don't hate. I'm not wearing any of it right now.
Yeah, but are you
I've become a merch guy this year.
Same. I'm for it.
It's never been my thing. And even when people have asked for Toni and Ryan merch, I'm like, oh, you don't like... It's cool that people love it, but I'm like, I don't know if I would ever wear merch of another thing. And now I literally have like...
You're all merched up.
I'm a new person. I'm wearing
Taylor
merch
Swift
right
hat,
now.
feeling good. So, are you coming around tonight, by the way, to watch the game? You still yet to work out when?
Well, Sophie and I were chatting about maybe a carpool situation.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
So
Because then if I have too many chicken wings, she can drive me home.
yeah, that's
That bourbon sauce get you every time.
That's a great call.
Yeah.
That is a great call. My friend Tom is flying in. We were actually going to go to the game, couldn't get tickets, so he's flying in to watch it at my house.
Yeah, but he's a dog's man.
He's a dog's man.
Yeah.
I've got a few other friends coming around, so it's going to be a bit of a festive night.
I think it's really fun.
Yeah, and we actually it was Wednesday. We decided, or the people voted, that watching at home with friends and food is the best way to watch the game.
Yes.
So
And we all agreed too.
We all agreed.
Yeah.
Now next Friday we're doing a live stream.
Yes, on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Ooh, spooky.
There was chat. I was like, hey, we could do a live stream from my house, a bit of a pre-game,
Yep.
Live stream. And I said to Bridget, oh, everyone's going to come around and watch the game. And she goes, oh, how fun. I'll cook my homemade chicken wings.
Her chicken wings, yes.
Yeah. And I said to Bridge, yeah, because we're going to do a live stream. And she goes, oh, well, no, because I don't want people to know my secret recipe.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I did. I was like, oh, I didn't realize.
Okay, Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, yeah. Because she said that, and yeah. Is anyone else fucking just like, what
We're
the fuck?
supposed to be family.
Yeah. No, but the tarp.
Oh, so it's not me.
Oh, so. Oh.
Well, am I all good? I feel personally offended by
she
this.
said no to the tarpers.
Yeah, okay.
She said yes to me. Where does
What's the
do you get to know?
Yeah.
Now,
Also, so I've never had Bridget's chicken wings. You and I have made chicken wings together a few times,
Yeah.
but I've never had Bridget's. Are they different from the ones that you make?
yeah.
What are they? Obviously, no recipe, but describe the wing for me.
Because
there's obviously, like, on the Richter of wings,
yeah.
the WINGTER scale, which is historically been known as the WINGTER scale. So I would say that on the bottom.
Sorry, I'm going to need a moment for the WINGTER scale.
Sorry, all right. You let me know when you're ready to go.
We already know the title of today's episode, so how good's that?
You let me know when you're ready. We'll talk about the WINGTER scale.
No, please don't. Can actually.
For anyone that missed that was Sophie asking for admin question, how do you spell WINGTER scale? I'm going to figure that out later.
Yeah, sounds like a
Spoiler
later ask
alert,
question.
everyone that's looked at the title of this knows what the answer is, but we don't yet.
And
Time
this is
zone chat.
the craziest thing about podcasting is that you know before we do.
Yeah, we never know.
So Toni, on the WINGTER scale,
Yeah.
can you tell me like what one end of the WINGTER scale would be and the other end would what's the scale here?
So I think that on one end of the WINGTER scale would be like a like maybe it's actually more of a pyramid.
I can't hear the word pyramid without scheme.
Okay, all right. The
Who's
WINGTER
getting fucked here?
All right, the WINGTER scale.
Yeah.
In the middle of the scale,
Yep.
this is our 0, and that is a salted and a peppered brined chicken wing.
Yep.
Pretty standard. Could dip it in anything. I think that's fine. On one end of the WINGTER scale, you've got a really saucy wing.
This is what yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then back to 0, the
Yep.
salt and peppered wing. On the other end of the WINGTER scale, I'd say you've got a breaded, deep fried, kind of real
Okay.
crunchy, crinky wing.
Yep.
And I think, does that sound about right?
So Bridget's is so you know how you can get a bowl and it's like covered in the buffalo sauce and whatever, which will be the saucy end of the WINGTER
saucy
scale.
end of the WINGTER scale.
Bridget's is slightly to the drier side of the middle.
Drier of them. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So they are really crispy, like really crispy. And that her secret
but
is
it's
in
not a deep fry.
No.
It's a crispy bake.
extremely crispy. And I think
It's a bake, isn't
there's
it?
the ingredients that make it extra crispy, which is the secret.
Oh.
And then she brings them out like on a tray, and then you have the little bowls of like the hot sauce, the buffalo, the ranch. Like so
Yes.
they come crispy, and then you're like,
Yep, okay. Yep, so just to the left
yeah. But
of
they
the
are
middle.
so crispy.
But they're baked, aren't they? Like in the
they
oven.
are oven, yes.
Yeah,
not
they're
deep
not
fried.
deep fried,
Nope.
which is the other end of the WINGTER scale.
They're baked. And the way she gets her, it's not even the chicken, it's like the skin and the crisp is where the secrets are held.
Yeah, that is where the secrets are.
If you want to say in the comments on YouTube or the episode thread in Facebook, wherever you are, that you're offended by Bridget gatekeeping her crispy, I'll actually
Doesn't
cop
she
that.
want everyone to enjoy
That's what I would have thought.
life?
The way she went from how fun to no was,
Shocking.
and she was pro live stream. She was pro people
She's
coming
like, I'm
over.
happy for people to come over. I'm happy for you to live stream from here. However,
She went, if you're going to live stream, I just won't do the wings.
no secret chicken.
And and as I look down the barrel of the camera, Tarpers, you have changed my life in ways that I cannot describe without crying, because it's
And hers. Might I add?
the Toni and Ryan podcast community has been one of the best things that's ever happened to my life. But given the choice between you and wings tonight, you did not win. There will be no live stream tonight, and wings will be had. And you can do with that information what you will.
Maybe I'll be a man on the inside. I'll go and eat the wings and then I'll tell everyone.
You're going to out my wife's wings?
My wings.
All right, new title of the episode. My wild works.
Fucking hell. No, I would never do that to Bridget. You know what? We've all got to have our convictions about something.
Yep.
And if her conviction is this, new episode title.
Conviction. You gotta have courage in your convictions, and I've always said that.
Boom.
Now, Toni, how do you feel about the concept?
Sorry, I can't hear any words without putting the word wing in
Okay.
right now.
I'm trying to put wing into the words.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. Oh, sorry, my phone's ringing.
Hope the Hawks have a wing tonight.
And they're a bird as well.
What position does D'Ambrosio play?
Wing defense.
Just wing.
Oh. Wing attack. That's netball.
So it's yeah.
Oh.
Tony's just making it up as she goes.
Yeah. I'm really winging it.
Hi, it's Jill from Philadelphia, and you're listening to Toni and Ryan.
A massive shout out to a few about, sorry, we're just coming off a wing high. A few about champion tapas over at our Patreon. We've got heaps of exclusive stuff over at our Patreon. In fact, all of the names that you're seeing scrolling across the bottom, if you're watching on YouTube, from all the tiers of our Patreon. But if you're the people in our championship tapa tier, Renee Romane, good on you, Renee. That was fucking hot, wasn't it?
Championship tappers.
Championship tapa tier. Nah,
Huge.
that's not a thing.
Huge.
Beep, 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 beep.
If true.
You're hearing about it now for the first time. Kira Orsini, either one. Rachel, good on ya. Taranga Rad, Victoria Mancuso, and Izzy, good on ya. Thank you very much for being part of Patreon. Can't do it without ya.
I was actually planning on talking about Tarpa's family secret recipes, but we got carried away by the wings, which is great. It's a great thing to get carried away.
What do you
of.
mean you weren't planning on the WINGTER scale being created? You weren't planning on a moment in history happening right before your fucking wings?
Yeah, so I was thinking about what we talk about today. I'm like, then Tony will probably invent the WINGTER
Toni will
scale.
probably-
Allow for a few minutes there.
Hold for laughter.
Yeah, pause for effect. If you've got a...
That's actually very funny.
I am actually hilarious. Just
Yeah.
ask ChatGPT in yesterday's episode about the roasting, which we're definitely over and won't bring up again.
Could you roast a wing?
And how?
If you have a roast chook, the wings on a chicken aren't ever good though. Like, I hate the wings on a roast chook. Yeah, soz about it. I'm a great person to eat a roast chicken with because I don't like the wings. I do like the parson's nose though, the little asshole.
Yeah. Come around and have a roast with us. You can have the thick breast and I'll have the wings. So
This might fucking throw you. I'm a drumstick girl.
you just said you didn't like the wings. On today's episode of Tony Discovers Things.
No, I think you're about to discover something.
Is that not the wings or
The
the legs?
drumstick is the leg. The wing is the wing, you dumb.
No, the wings of the running wings.
Oh, on today's podcast, Ryan discovers things.
It's usually you discovering things. Your face said, I just learned something.
No.
And the thing you learned was that I was a dumb You already knew that.
You can't learn something you already knew.
You can learn the same thing 45 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
So the drumstick's not the wing, obviously.
Well, they're all wings. I'm just trying to... Yeah,
All's fair in love and wing.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not.
if you've got a story about a family secret recipe, put them in the comments of the episode thread, and next week we'll do a segment that I already had prepared, just like the secret wings. And
my mum once got chewed out at a fucking family barbecue.
Hey.
That's not a euphemism for a secret recipe.
I'd actually rephrase that.
Yeah, I won't be. I'll tell you about that next week. Fucking chewed out at a family barbecue.
Can you please don't never say again my mum being chewed out? I just... God rest her soul.
I just had some water to like try and like calm myself down, and I've just... Sorry. Okay.
Because you're thinking about your mum getting chewed out. That's why I was
Fucking
like,
hell.
please stop saying it, and you kept saying it.
Yeah, but
Fuck, dude. I don't like it here anymore. First, I
Remember when you
discovered I
thought
was
that a chicken wing was the leg?
first I discovered I was a dumb, and then I heard about that. Beep that. Yeah, let's take it. You have a sip of that. I'll have a sip of this coffee that's been sitting here a bit too long.
All right. You know when you walk in somewhere
Yeah.
or you meet someone or you get introduced to a new group or whatever and you just go, oh, I found my people. Like,
Yeah.
I'm where I'm meant to be, or like, how have I lived without knowing this kind of thing? Like immediately you just know you found a like-minded soul.
Yeah.
Even if you're just like, I know that this isn't really your area, but you know how you hear those stories of people like talking to someone at the shop and then, or like first day at a new job and then they're your friend forever. Like I've got so many really good friends that I
Why
met.
am I not into that?
I meant the one at the shops. That's not you.
Oh,
at
'cause
work,
don't talk to
though,
me
is
at the shops,
different.
though.
Well, because you wouldn't just chat to someone at the shop.
No.
I probably
Especially about Tim Watson.
about. Does
who
he
I
have a
work
desk?
with at Channel 7, who has a desk maybe.
But
Don't know what pants he wears, so don't ask me. All good.
does he wear shoes?
Not sure.
Well, sometimes you just
You click. You know.
you just know,
know.
or you just think, oh, I'm in the right spot right now. Like this is like, what's the word? Serendipity.
Speaking of serendipity, when we met that first time and the first thing you said to me was, I'm not having a great day because there's a pimple on my vagina.
Mm-hmm.
Did you think then and there that like we were like on the same wavelength? Not like we were going to start a pod and do this thing, but like was there an instant kind of like, oh, we get each other?
Well, I felt pretty comfortable
Clearly.
with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think that speaks
Yeah.
a lot.
Because I roasted you about your mum.
Well, so that was another thing is that like when someone mentioned something about their mum and I was like, oh, well, like must be nice like my mum's dead and you said at least you got to meet yours. And no one had ever had something to say back to that.
Is it?
I was like, I fucking met my match here. I like that.
Do you,
I was like, I like that.
do you reckon it was like an unofficial like test of a new employee?
A haze.
A haze. So Toni would drop that joke on the new person at the office and they would, I'm assuming every other person went,
Oh, and poo in their pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you go, all good, I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah.
And then I just went bang, and everyone in the whole Jason PJ
It was
thing
so
just went
quick as well. It was so quick, and it was also like it was shame on me.
Yeah.
Because it was like, oh, nothing to say.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, I've never heard Toni shut the fuck up in the 3 years she's worked here.
Yeah, and that was actually exactly how it went. And so
Serendipitous.
I think immediately there was like that respect.
Yeah.
And I think that immediate respect is maybe more what I'm talking about than
Yeah.
an instant love connection, but there's that
I instantly
respect
loved you.
immediately. Aw.
Instantly.
No, I don't think that's true, but
No,
we
it's
did get
very
along
true.
well.
Yep, that's very true.
So we talked about in London when we were there about how I rode an e-bike.
Yes, we did.
And that we kind of like joked around. And I was like, oh yeah, I bought one and it's on like the way to my house. Well, I did actually buy one.
I think I actually put on LinkedIn, ladies and gentlemen, Toni saw an e-bike today, so she's going to be purchasing one immediately and therefore won't be buying the Foxtel Media Group or something.
Yeah. So I'm going to show you a little picture of it because it's
Toni
really cute.
is a buyer. She sees, she liked, she came, she saw, she conquered, she purchased.
And I just get excited about who the new Toni could be when I think about these things. Anyway, I'm going to show you the bike. This is it parked in my lounge room at the moment because the wind and the rain's really bad at the moment.
I think this emphasizes my point
What?
of, well, not my point, but like, not only did Toni buy a bike, the fact she can readily go, here it is on my lounge room for a photo shoot.
No. It's in there because it can't be anywhere else right now because the wind and the rain's really bad, so I can't leave it outside.
But I just love that it's like, this is who we are now.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to the house.
I've got a
Here's the
bike.
lounge room. I've got to take a photo. Set
I
you all
don't
up.
think it's going to stay in the lounge room.
Is this going to be on YouTube? People can see it as well?
Yeah, we'll put
What do we
I'd probably pick a different photo to put on the actual episode.
Maybe clean the rest of your house. Huh?
Yeah. Looks a bit crooked.
There's two baskets.
Yes.
A front and a back basket.
A front and a back.
So Mabel
double
in one and
basking.
Pippa in the other?
Yes. Yep.
It's a beautiful bike.
Thank you. So it's black. It's very me. It's
Yep.
really like plain, whatever.
Yep, love it.
Anyway, and
Plain in like, it's not extroverted with color, but it's not plain. It's like slick.
It's sleek.
Yeah, it's hot.
I think it's quite a chic bike.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Plain implies like,
It's like
nah, it's like, it's,
from London to New York, it's a New York bike.
it's a bad boy of bikes.
Yeah, it is a
That
bad
bike-
girl. Bad girl.
That bike would wear a leather jacket.
It totally would. It actually totally would.
Yeah.
But I also I bought some Spokey Dokes. Do you guys remember those?
I take back the last what I just said for 30 seconds.
So
Take it all back.
I bought multicolored.
I don't even know what Spokey Dokes are, but the fact they're called Spokey Dokes.
Okay, I'm going to
is
show you a
already
photo of them
the
because
fucking.
I sent them to my sister. They're like multicolored beads, and you put them on your spokes.
What did we just say
and
about
as
the black?
As you ride, it goes clack 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 clack.
You did not.
did.
Tony,
I did.
God.
I did.
Tony, like on that beautiful, sleek black. I know what I'll do.
Fuck it up. Anyway, so along with my brand new personality, I had to go into the bike shop and get it like measured up, and they service it, and they like show you how to add oil to the chain and how to look after it and what to do if XYZ happens, all that stuff. It's actually really cool. So I went in last weekend and they serviced it all up, and then we like walk into this and they're like, oh, it'll be ready at X time.
Yep.
We walk in and it is packed.
Really?
This bike shop.
Is it like bike season or something?
Well,
Like spring's coming up here in Australia. Everyone's like, hell yeah.
That's a
Maybe
good
they've
point.
seen the LinkedIn post that Tony saw an e-bike.
I'm a bike fluencer.
And everyone's like, if Tony's getting a new bike, I should get a fucking new bike.
But because they like sell bikes, obviously, they also do full services.
Yep.
There's two groups of people in this shop. There's people who are in there picking up a bike that's been in there to be serviced.
Yep.
And there's people in there picking out brand new bikes or
Okay.
picking up a brand new
And
bike.
can you tell who's who?
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference immediately.
What is it about?
The confidence on the people that are buying a bike is just unmatched.
Oh, because they've got this bravado of
Well,
like,
they've got their
they've hyped up.
passport personality, but it's like bike bitch.
yeah.
That's what it's called.
They've seen bike bitch, the hashtag on Instagram this morning and gone,
And gone, oh, I'm going to
Let's-
be a bike bitch. We got to come up with a
so
new
they're
one.
going in. Yeah, let's not stick with that one. Let's workshop that
Yeah,
one.
with a few workshop titles that are going on at the moment.
But everyone's jazzed because do you think they're like you in that they're not just buying a bike?
They're buying a lifestyle.
They're buying their future.
They're buying the person who they're about to become.
Also, Tony is a marketer's dream. I've said that many times.
I fucking am.
But if you want to sell something to Tony, just mention who the new Tony would be if she had that product and she's already bought it.
I've already imagined who I'll be in the future. Like
Yeah.
it's just, I've always been that way. Like my whole entire
But
life.
aren't the people who are getting it serviced, are they already that person? So they're also like a similar aura, or is
Or
it?
maybe as theirs worn off a bit. Like it's not a new
reality
toy
set in,
anymore.
yeah.
And like,
I mean, for my 12-month service, how'd you go? Yeah, the
Yeah.
2 times I rode it.
yeah, I
was
wrote
great.
it once a year ago, and like, but now I've serviced it. I'm getting back into it, kind of thing. But anyway, you can kind of tell the difference because there's people walking up to the counter and they're like, "Yeah, like here to pick up an order for Lodge. Like it's a bike service." They go, "Okay, great." And then there's people that are like, "Yeah, I'm here to pick up my brand new bike." Like, you can just tell straight away. And then there's also people in the shop that are browsing, and so I've already placed my order. I've bought all my add-ons and all of that, and I'm literally just waiting for them to like
Bring
they're
it out.
like turning all the wheels and making sure it's all fine for me to ride it. There's this girl standing right next to us. And she's kind of been like wandering around the shop like this, and she's like interactive where she's there by herself. And she's got the new bike Glow.
Yeah,
And you know what she's there for.
yeah.
But I go, I don't reckon she's placed an order yet. Someone goes over to her and they're like, "Oh, hey, like, can I help you?" They were so fucking helpful in this shop. "Hey, can I help you? Like, how's everything going?" And she goes, "Oh, I'm so good. I'm actually looking for an e-bike. This is the one that I've seen online.
Yep.
And that's about my budget."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, perfect. You already know your budget." And she goes, "Yeah, like I don't want to spend any more than $1,400, say, or something like that." Like she had a budget set and she knew how much money she wanted to spend. Anyway, he goes, "Oh, let me just check on the computer for you, see if we've got that one in stock.
Yep.
Or like we can get you to try another one for size and maybe order that one in."
Yep.
And she goes, "Okay, no worries." And he goes, "I'll be back with you 1 second." He winds through the maze of people with bikes and kids trying on helmets and all that, goes to the computer, and this girl's just standing next to us. And I'm like, love that for you. Like, and I'm like, oh my God, should I talk to her and be like, should we go for a ride together? Like maybe that would be so cute.
When you said should I talk to her? I was already like, that is crazy.
Okay. Well,
and
I
then
didn't.
go for a ride.
Spoiler.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
But the fact you thought go for a ride with her?
Because I'm like, well, I don't have any cycling friends.
Did you buy one or two?
I bought one.
What about Torbs?
Sophie has floated the
Sophie?
idea of a bike.
What about Sophie's partner?
Well, Sophie, any update on a bike?
Do you want to do this?
do we want to do this?
Okay, let me tell my story first. Anyway, so this girl's just like, oh, yep, no worries. And the guy goes over and we're still waiting. And then he comes back over to her, back through the maze, comes back over and he's like, hey, so I'm really sorry. Like the specific one that you want, we don't have. We've got one that's similar so you can see the size, but we could order that in. And she goes, oh, how long will ordering that one in take? And he goes, oh, I reckon we could have it here next week. And the universe split in two. And I realised that I was standing right next to my soulmate because this girl goes, out of curiosity, I want it now. If I were to up my budget, what can I get today?
Yeah, how do I make this happen?
What can I get today?
Yeah.
And he goes, oh, you've got a bit more budget to play with. She goes, not really, but like, how do I get the bike today?
I want to be riding a bike this afternoon.
I need to strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah, I could be not a bike girl this time next week. I might have seen a baseball game by then and decided.
And gone by mitt instead.
Yeah, I might have seen someone walk down the street with a golf club and
then,
gone, I'm actually playing golf now.
This time next week, I'll have calluses over my hands from driving 800 balls at the driving range.
I could have 4 kids.
That you really can't. There's a skateboard shop next door. Like, you're fucking playing with fire. I might be on 4 wheels instead of 2.
As someone who runs a bike shop, they should know this. You know what I mean?
Strike
this is their
while the
market.
iron is hot.
This is the hour in their life they want a bike, so cash it in immediately.
Have every bike ready to go.
Yeah.
And literally, so she says that, and the guy goes, oh, let me show you what else we got. And I looked over at her and I was like, nice. Like, I was like, that is me in this bike shop not 2 hours ago being like, I'll spend more money if it means I get it today.
Maybe he did know who he was dealing with. And he went, oh, we don't have the $1,400, but we do have the $7,000.
Yeah. How much wiggle room you got, sweetheart? But I'm like, I'm seeing all these different kinds of people and I'm like, you're just like me.
Yeah, fuck yeah. And how long have you had it for now?
I've had it for 4 days.
How many rides?
2.
Really?
Got it home and then went to ride it and I had to get the seat post cut down.
Okay.
So we ended up taking it back and Torbs took it back and got that thing cut down.
How tall are you? Why is it not
so it
not
needed
designed
to go,
for people?
It needed to go further down into the bike and it ran out of room.
Yeah.
Because
So
the thing was, I put it on and it was like putting in a tampon. Honestly, straight up. And then, take a second. Anyway, and then so Torbs took it back and then I took the bike again and rode around the block. Absolutely got made piss. I haven't rode it since.
What do you mean made piss?
Oh, it was really hard.
It was hard?
I was so puffed out that I was like, stop.
Isn't that an e-bike?
Yeah. It's not an e-bike isn't what you think it is. It doesn't have like a throttle. It's not
so you push and it kind of feels like a push and a half each push kind of thing.
Yeah, but you have to, you
can't ride it,
If you stop pedaling, it doesn't keep going.
Oh.
You have to pedal the whole time.
Right.
Yeah. It gives you a bit of a hoof, but it doesn't actually do it for you.
And can we get the 2-sentence story of what the fuck's going on over here?
Yeah, what's going on with you, Sophie?
Well, I'm aware of the urgency of
the bike.
Strike while the iron is hot.
Yeah.
So we did have a loose plan to go test them together because we formed a little London chapter of the e-bike girl gang.
That's hilarious.
And but
when did you plan on doing this? What day of the week?
Yeah, like probably. So you've had it for 4 days. We were going to do this 6 days ago.
Yeah, so it was loosely, like Sophie said, maybe during our meeting on Friday, maybe we could do our meeting in the car.
Guys, your meeting is not for fucking bike buying.
Look at all this content we could have gotten.
I was going to say, if you plan to go with Sophie on the weekend, I heard she had a pretty good weekend last weekend, so I didn't. Yeah.
But anyway,
Don't think they were open at 5 a.m. to sell
I
a
can't
bike.
wait.
Or if she'd be any state to ride it.
I can't wait for Sophie to get a bike because we actually only live 11 kilometres away from each other. And I already Googled it.
11 minutes or 11 kilometres?
Maybe one of those. And
There's
maybe
no way it's 11 kilometres.
It's about 1 kilometre.
Is
Yeah.
it 11 minutes though?
On a bike.
On a bike,
1,100 metres?
What's that?
1.1 kilometres?
Maybe. It's 11 something. But anyway, like it's pretty close. I don't think I could get to you yet, Sophie. Like I can't go very far.
No, I can get to Soph.
If
If you caught the train.
I'm starting really slow
Yep.
because I want to actually use it. So I'm not, because I was like, this is what I do
You don't
with
want to blow
stuff.
your load.
This is what I do with stuff. I gas myself and then I go, that was really hard. I need a break. Or like, I don't want to get humbled again.
Yep.
So with this, I'm just going to take it really easy and build up my confidence.
Yep.
Because I've also never ridden a bike like properly on the road since I was a kid.
How far did you ride in London?
I rode to and from the thingo.
pool?
Yeah.
So it wasn't far enough that you were gassed, but it was far enough that you're like, I love the shit out of
Yes.
this. Because I remember when you
I got
walked
the
in.
wind in my hair. And that was the feeling. And I thought I could go for this every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm going to build up really slowly.
Watch this space, everyone.
And I've written down a list of all the places that I go every week and like how far away they are. So
Yep.
like to Pilates, I reckon I could start riding
Yeah.
towards Pilates.
Sorry, exercising on the way to exercising.
Yeah.
Who is she?
So this is the thing, right? I had to strike while the iron was hot and I really wanted the bike and I was like, no, I'm really committed. I need to get some more movement into my day
Yep.
because otherwise I just sit at my fucking desk
We
all
just
day
sit
and I
here
just
doing
don't
nothing.
fucking do anything.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's the afternoon and I'm like, shit, I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
So good vibes all around.
Love it.
I love the shit out of the bike. Can't wait for Sophie to get a bike as well. But
wait,
yeah, I
bring
just thought when I met my soulmate in the bike shop, I thought that was, and I'm like pissing myself at her being like, yeah, so yeah, all of a sudden the firm budget is out the fucking window and I'm wondering if there's anything I
love
can
that
do
for
to
her.
get it today.
I wonder where she is today.
Me too. She's probably cycling her little bloody tits off. Good on her.
She
God
should mess-
bless her.
If you had reached out and said hi, we would know.
I should have.
Yeah.
I should have.
I got to love to see it.
Amazing.
And you know how I said earlier that I was planning on talking about secret recipes? Let's just pretend that happened.
Oh, great.
Because my love to see it is, you know how we were talking about secret recipes earlier?
Yeah.
Well, Katie Baxter has a story.
About my mum getting chewed out. Sorry.
Is it the anniversary today?
It's on Monday. 11 years since my mum died.
And is it?
That's not funny, obviously. It's like so heartbreaking, but like,
Is it?
shit, this is what you want to want. It's not. It's
No,
really
we
not.
actually, I think we knew that, yeah.
Okay.
But is that like every anniversary you just think about all the time she hasn't been to?
Ryan, how dare you?
But-
My late mother, who was always on time.
Yeah, that's not what she wanted to be
Yeah.
told she was running late. Katie Baxter.
She was always early.
Yeah. She was early to the Grim Reaper by about 40 years.
Early to the grave. Yeah.
How old was she when she passed away?
That's such a good question.
Yeah, you probably should know that as well. Sorry to throw you under the bus there.
No. Well, she 59 she was born, so what's that? She'd be 65 this year,
yeah.
and she died 11 years ago. Is that right?
Oh, can someone put on the screen the numbers and we'll
Is that right?
65, 50,
Hang on. 20 no. 2024 minus my fucking sister's going to be watching. She's going to be like, why don't you know? 65.
Okay, yep.
Fuck you.
No, there's just a lot of numbers I didn't know which was
Yeah,
which.
so she'd be 65, but she died 11 years ago. So she would have been 54. So very young.
Yeah.
Very young.
That's fucking young in that.
That's too young.
Shit.
Anyway, very, very sad. Go back to fucking ding dongs. You love to see it though. I can say ding dong. It's really hard work for me. My mum wishes she could say ding dong. So
for those
in her memory,
for those in Patreon that are playing bingo, that was a ding dong.
it was a dingo.
Katie Baxter said all my recipes are secret because I forget them because I'm a fucking idiot.
Oh. I've forgotten every recipe of my mum's as well because obviously she's not here to share them with me.
Did she take any recipes to the grave?
Well, the recipe that she got chewed out for.
She
bring
took
that up.
it to the grave?
No, well, it's
Save
really
it
funny.
next week.
I'll save it, but it's so shit that the fact that someone yelled at her about it is like hilarious.
Where are they now? The yellow.
They're dead too. No.
They're buried next to each other.
Went down
facing
together.
each other, and your mum's like holding the recipe.
Yeah. Fuck you. It's a 2-ingredient recipe. That's all I'll say. We'll talk about it next week. I've got to love it. It's like it's so laughable.
Hey, what is the 2-ingredient?
2-ingredient. Like it is.
I actually can't. What's got two? So what's your ingredient? How do you make a sausage in bread?
Yeah. And then she goes, "How dare you insult me like that?" And my mum was like, "Oh, what?" Like I love this so like it's so yummy.
Sausage and bread. How'd you make this? Well, I put a. Oh.
Anyway,
Have you got to love to see it?
I do.
Besides,
yeah. I've got to love to see it here. Ayaka said, "Oh my God, Toni, you know how when we tell people we're from Australia, the typical conversation goes like, oh, how many spiders have you seen? Have you ever ridden a kangaroo?
Yeah.
What's the Sydney Opera House like? Oh, shrimp on the barbie." On 2 separate occasions, says Ayaka, I can't believe this. On 2 separate occasions, I've told people that I'm from Australia and they've, instead of those things, asked me if I listened to the Toni and Ryan podcast.
facts. Well, for the first year of the Toni and Ryan podcast, no one in Australia listened.
No.
And only overseas.
Yeah, a rare Melbourne tarper. We had to stop saying that though
Once
after
Australia caught on.
Well, no, after Hot Fun Garbage, remember? And we were there all afternoon
Yeah.
meeting Australian tarpers. We
Yep.
were like, okay, not as rare as we thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, a true piece of Australiana, apparently.
Welcome. You're fucking welcome.
I love to see that.
I love to see that. All right.
Fuck, sorry, this has been a bit off the Richter.
Yeah.
Like from,
Off the WINGTER scale today.
yeah. Fuck, was that
If
today?
you're watching on YouTube, we do the audio version of this 5 days a week. And you've got 705 episodes of back catalogue
3
catching up to do.
years of backlog to go through.
So thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great weekend. How about them Hawks tonight?
All right, love you so much.
Next
Have
week,
a great weekend.
Secret Recipes. Tony's mum being chewed out. Have a good one.
May she rest in peace.
I know she will.